the link pipes. The baffle, the instructions. Comes with the fitting bolts, the instruction cell, the label, Austin Racing label, and I guess this is the baffle for reducing decibels, noise. We don't need this anyway. Here is the exhaust itself. We'll call it slip-on. So we've got the link pipes. We're going to use the original headers of the R1, which are quite good anyway. There is no reason to replace in the headers itself unless you want to reduce the weight a bit more or do a different airflow. But those exhausts, they're the most loudest one among any other exhaust that you fit for the R1 to 715, 16. So here you go. This is a GP2R, the racing one. So I know I've talked to the guys who actually does in production those things. So they do the link pipes in production in a separate in a separate town in Oxford, and then they just assemble it together here in London. Not London actually, it's in a different town, but we will see. Looks good, you know. Really nice stick. Look really nice look and feel, like a MotoGP one. I like the end can. Looks really aggressive. So for me, the most important bit is just to make sure so I suppose it will be something like that. You can readjust the heights whatever you like. Actually this is it, nothing else really. We're going to pack it for a minute because we're going to start taking off the bits for the stock muffler. And let's see, there is no reason for, well, you can read the manual, but it's pretty much straightforward. What they do, they just tell you the basic bits, how you can readjust the height of the exhaust itself using the supply clamp, and this is about removing the exhaust serve motor metal ruts, or how you call them. Forgot in English how to say it properly. So remove those two bits, and they're just explaining how to do this. But we're going to do this in the last minute actually. What we're going to do, we're going to strip it out downside. We're going to remove the stock exhaust, remove the slip-on, and then we'll see how it goes. But it's pretty much, I'll just leave it here just in case I'll be confused, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing to be confused about. I'll just leave it somewhere here. I'll leave the link pipes here as well. So when you order online, or over the phone, the most difficult part is those things, what they rely on. So as I said, the production is not in the same place where they do the exhaust themselves. They do those things in a separate place. So they just pre-order them, and this is actually in high demand right now. That's why the order can take up to 20 days. 21 days they guarantee. Mine received about 18 days or something like that. So we will need the Allen keys. Allen keys. Yeah. We'll start from this plate. So actually a bit smaller. Just a bit smaller one. So you're removing the plate guard which is attached on a stock link pipe, yeah, on a catalytic converter itself. So we don't hate this one, and it's just going to be sold separately. So what I usually do, I tend to reattach the bolts back on the plates, so back in the exhaust. So we have all the bits in one place, and we're not losing the bolts itself. So what we'll do now, remove that plate as well. Actually, you can leave this plate if you can reach to the clamp, and you can. So there is no reason. Let's take it off just in case. Remove the guard plate, protection plate, or the case, the cover, whatever you like to say. From there, you slide it back a bit from the main slip-on, the stock slip-on. Place it somewhere in a correct place, so it could be. So it shouldn't be damaged whatsoever when you're going to do that one. So now we just want to release the clamp. And we remove the main holding bracket, the main bolts, which so we're looking to reuse that one. And we're going to be placing, so the nuts, you will have to use your own nut, but I think they supplied it, so, and you just take it out easily, take it off gently. Do not scratch your swing arm because it's so easy to do. It's alright for the racing bike, but it's not good when it's a brand new road bike. This is something that you don't want to do. And then we'll have to use I think a 12p. I think it's 10p. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this away because I might scratch this, quite likely. I'll just wrap it up in a bubble wrap. Wrap it up here, and I'll do the same to the protective bits. Yeah. So what we do now, we just we disconnect the cables, cable routing cables, metal cables that control the exhaust servo motor, which close the lid inside the pipe to reduce the emissions. On an idle, on an open, on a full throttle, it opens up. We don't want to use that at all. tanky, yeah. Okay. I think we'll do to the first one, to the upper one. There we go. Just removed, and I'll remove that one. Yeah. So just leave it somewhere here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to strap it, zip tie it, and just it doesn't bother me, you know. Just do it to the rear brake hose. Should be alright then. So the next one will be removing the bottom plate. I think it's from both sides, but we're going to do for that one first. The bottom protective plate. We're going to fit this back. Actually, they use the sticky, not the sticky, what do you call it, the anti-shock grease, or I forgot the name, the blue one, actually, the lock thread. They use the lock thread one on those bolts, but no reason to do that, because yeah, so you see it dropped it a bit, but didn't scratch it, so good. Try to avoid those things that happen to me. Just placing back. Should let's leave it somewhere here. Okay. So so what we have to do, we have to unscrew the main bolt, which is holding the hot catalytic converter from both sides, I believe so, which connects to the plate holder to the frame. We can either remove those two Allen bolts, or the big one, the major one. I'm not sure which one to remove. It depends on installation. So look. Yeah, it should bolt up here as well. So we're going to reuse this mounting bracket as the stock one. So we're going to unscrew the main bolts. Before doing that, let's remove the sensors for the emissions, CO2 emissions, which control the level of the emissions from the exhaust. For that, we will use the gas key. Not sure how you call it in that country, but in that country it's called the gas key. It's actually, or this might be number 16. No, will be 18. Pretty sure. No, 17 actually. Yeah, 17 key. And you can remember how many turns you're going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. Oh, actually, they've done it so good. Look, so it doesn't twist the cables. Because previously, I'm not sure about the R1s, but on the R6, it will twist the cable as well. So you have to actually count the number of turns in order to do it clockwise or anti-clockwise when you install it back. So we'll be straightening it back. And they've done that one. They've done it a bit more smart way, which is good. Yeah, you can see it's simply as that. So, no, actually no, it's twisting as well. So will be around 10 and 12 turns when you're going to fit in this back, yeah, because we're going to need this one very soon, yeah. So it's 1, 2. Let's untie that one. Just press the brake, rear brake pedal. Just don't want to. Quite nice and pleasant way. Do it that way. Then wants to scratch the pedal itself. Just leave it here for a moment. So yeah, so it can be removed safely. Yeah. And what we're going to do, let's undo the clamp that connects the catalytic converter into the main pipes, the main header pipes. This thing is going to be 12, 10, 10. That one, a bit stronger support. Just to make sure it can freely be moved, then so it'll be easy to detach it. Okay, I'm going to do the same for the other side. Let me take the correct keys. Maybe that size. Probably the Allen key. I think that one as well, and that one, and that one. Yeah, I think that's the other side. Something underneath because I've got the concrete here. It's not really pleasant for your knees. Not really pleasant for your knees, so we'll do that one quickly here. The same stuff. think we're pretty much ready to remove the catalytic converter. Oh, and actually there are two bolts. Okay. There's another bolt which is under that fairing. It needs to be just fitting. Okay. So that was easy. So the bolt will be there deep inside. I'll just take that one. Okay. Big one. Just be careful not cracking your fairing, which are quite expensive as well. The whole front panel from the factory costs about 350 quid, including the VAT. Just the right hand side panel, the same to the left hand side. So they're expensive. And okay, that bit is here. Is the upper, I think they're exactly the same size. No. Yeah. They're exactly the same size. That's it. So I think it's from the one side and from the other side nothing holding it down. But gently and it will start coming off, and that's it. That's the whole catalytic converter. It's quite huge, I would say, really heavy. It's about 6-7 kilos, I would say, you know, which is quite a lot, especially if you do racing and you want to compete in the front. In the front, you know, it's very important, but still. It also depends what level you race. I mean, if you race national level, that will make a difference. If you're doing a club level, it doesn't make a difference because it's not going so fast comparing to national level. However, it depends what type of club you're running. Here in UK, if you do it the Thundersport GP, it will still count. The weight matters a lot of the ride itself. Okay, so what we've got here. Now we're ready to fit the GP2R link pipes, which I'm going to do right now. So we've got it here. So as you see, it's much lighter, of course. What weighs how much? Maybe 200 grams, 300 grams. Really light, very light. And so you just put these onto. Let me check now. Yeah. Slide it across here. Just double check the clamps that they're released. Okay, here they are, ready to go. When you'll be removing the stock one, you actually will see some markings here, like the lines left on the header pipes itself, so it'll be quite easy to identify to what limit you have to push it back, right? So you do not over push it, yeah, or under push it, say it properly now. So it is within the limits, and it just fits so right, yeah, because you have to, in here you have to have that, the linkage fitting the same level as the bolt coming in. So I'll just take the bolt supplied by AR Racing. And there, here. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one goes where. Let's double check. So I assume the shorter one comes into that one. No. So the shorter one will come here. Hooked. Actually very short. I'm not sure why it's. Well, we can use the standard bolts. Double check. So this will go here. Oh, we forgot to give me a spring for the muffler itself. Well, it doesn't need to be one, I don't know. You can check. Let me check one thing. Make sure. Okay, it doesn't need one. So I think what they've done, they supplied 2 bolts. Yeah, they supplied 2 bolts, and one is quite a long one, which is perfectly. This is exactly what we need, but the long one will go here as well. Now, I think it's too much long, so what we're going to do, forget about the short one. There we go. Yeah, you can use it here, but still it's quite short. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to, I personally don't want to run those, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to reuse the stock one, the original one, and place it back. Yeah, so the one goes here underneath to support the lean pipes itself. Yeah, just do that first. Don't tighten the clamp yet, because you want to make sure it's aligned properly. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to do that first. Катюш, куда? Я думал, гулять пойдете или куда-то, в магазин? So what I need to do, I need to find some nuts for this one. Which you've got here. I've got them enough. I use the standard washer and a good nut here, which will be just perfect. Yeah. Rounded one. Right. Будешь снимать, да, Кать?
Тут уже ничего не осталось.
Ну а.
На пороге.
Грррр.
Ты надолго еще?
Ну, Катюшечка, еще часа половину. Не сильно много.
Он у тебя не красный, он у тебя малиновый.
Ну и супер. Это ж хорошо, правильно?
Нет, мне красный больше нравится.
Ты же говорил, что он вишневый.
Но он какой-то такой малиновый.
Okay, so we tightened that one quite good.
Ты там собой говорил?
Не, я снимаю. Дайте вас Ой, поцарапался. Кать, на, поцелуй это.
Поцарапать не хотел?
Я поцарапался одну сторону. Мой пупсик.
Тепло на улице?
Да, хорошо. So we tightened that one quite good. Yeah. What we're going to do now, we will try to fit the main pipe. We'll see how it slides in. Just untie the clamp.
Так мало эти пальцы продержались.
Yeah.
Смотри, один до сих пор хорошо надут. Сереж,
Ага.
даже твердый.
Как кто его там надувал, интересно.
Все шарики я надувала.
Ты молодец.
Я его даже не знаю, как лопнуть. Он сейчас,
Ну,
знаешь,
как?
он грохнет.
Не надо. Ты маленькую испугаешь.
Мне не надо его лопнуть. чтобы он- Можешь, пожалуйста?
So what I can see. Что сделать?
Сережик?
Что помочь, Кать?
Ну все уже.
А?
Я думала, что ты его лопнул.
So we just tried this pipe out and we actually see that we do not use that main hanger because the linkage here is much shorter, so designed to fit straight into that one. Let me double check this all the instructions and yeah.
Сереж, я вот эти вот ленточки оставлю, пускай будут.
Хорошо. Yeah, we need to remove that one. This hanger bracket doesn't need to be, it won't be used. So let's do it now. So we can sell those bits separately later on. Make some money out of this.
Я сейчас разговариваю.
Я на камеру записываю. Инструкция.
Все.
So yeah, we do about 6 turns anti-clockwise.
На какую камеру?
That's 1, 3, 4, or even 7, and then just plugging it back. Once it starts screwing in, should do the trick. It should. Cut this.
стою вот с человеком, да. Я тебе мешаю?
Нет. Как ты не можешь мешать?
Ой, как у меня глаз болит, бля.
Бедняжка. So we've done that part. Вы не понимаете просто.
Видишь?
We've done that part, so actually it's all completed now.
Ничего нет.
Yeah, and we can start fitting these on the main slipper and just to have a look how it actually. Наконец-то.
Ничего, выглядит
Это я
симпатично.
это закрасил.
Еще бы.
Маркером взял.
Ну, Саша, иди договорись с тобой. Тебе сделать все. О,
А ты записываешь на камеру, да, себе?
да, не хотел как сказать.
Ну, это по-классно. Левый и правый. А у меня плохой, у меня ячмень. Не вижу нихуя.
В котором главном? Правым?
Да, я вижу, как размывчато. У меня всегда...
Я левым почти не вижу.
Ты знаешь, что если, например, ячмень это как рак?
Да, 2 рака.
Почитай в интернете. Я болен. Умираю. Я болен, умираю.
Ты уже плюнул в глаз человека?
А плевать надо?
Да, там тебе рассказывают. Тогда надо нежданчиком.
А, нежданчиком. Ну, Саня, попозже.
Я уже плюнула.
Ткну на дорожку. Там же чем больше, тем лучше,
Ты его
да?
уже опять предупредил, ты на дорожку будешь.
Чем больше, тем лучше.
Ой. Нет, надо либо мне, либо Владе, потому что змеиный яд лечит.
А если, короче, знаешь,
What we've done, we just increase the height a bit, just to make sure it fits the right.
Ты жену обижал во время беременности? Я тебе все.
Ничего не обижал.
А вот ячмень говорит об обратном.
Да, всегда она меня.
Природу не обманешь.
Yeah, it just fits perfectly well. Now, much better.
Свежим воздухом вытащили меня.
What we're going to do now, we're going to place this bolt, and that's why it's been a bit shorter, because now it makes sense.
Извини,
Quickly
пожалуйста.
makes sense.
Просто я не из-за того, что тебе плохо спит, просто мы уже эту тему настолько обусловили, что мне пришлось. Тема дня сегодня.
Смейтесь.
Ну что?
Что он там ржут над тобой?
А? А, не все время ржут.
Лёг, так ты привез машину?
Конечно.
Саш, ты поможешь ему, посмотришь?
Саша поговорит.
А что же это?
Много лампочек было. И ну, есть такое подозрение, потому что она стояла.
Вставала?
Стояла долго.
Подожди,
стоял.
а подозрение на что?
Ну, поэтому они и горят.
Не, бывает. А? Я сейчас машину делаю. Не
We'll
свою,
just
а
do
машину.
this.
Я поставил, а ты что такое? Скажи. Что? Я поставил? Что ты хотела? Да, что жалуешься? Да ничего она не болела, Катя, врет все.
Я у нее
Катя,
спрашиваю, как
врет
она
она.
писала.
Ничего она не болела. Пойдем глянем.
Давай.
Я вас позову, как буду заводить.
Давай, Серега.
Давай.
What we do, we just tighten the clamp.
А, я же приехал к Саше, Сереж?
Угу. Попросил на помощи. So, actually looks really nice. So what we can do now, we just need to do the final bit. We need to remove those CO2 exit motor cables. Yeah. We need to take off the rear seat unit. So I actually, what I've done, I've used the original bolts. I didn't use that long one. I didn't want to. So original bolts. Yeah. We're going to leave it for ourselves. Just place it somewhere there. Let's place the just fitting back as well. Yeah, easy weasy. So what we're going to do now, we're going to remove the back seat unit. Two bolts here. Сынка, только пойдете гулять сейчас, Влад, или вы уже погуляли?
Ну, как бы и погуляли уже. Ты собираешься погулять пойти?
Хочешь, пойдем? Remove the seat, just place it somewhere in a safer place. What you also need to do, you'll need to remove this the main bracket. You need to go to get the access to. Actually, let me double check. I need to find out where they're coming to. Yeah, they're coming from here. So what you'll need to do, you'll need to remove them. It's a bit bigger job to do. Any initial thoughts?
Сегодня его опять застала параллельно около стенки, он вот так вот не дает. Да, а так он как приезжал, так и лежит, да? Ну, в общем, спальный мешок и в последний момент
So remove that bracket as well. Place the bolts somewhere in a safe place.
Очень советую тебе. А я его взяла, когда летела, и в последний момент.
We'll need to use that and take off the passenger seat unit as well, because we'll need to take off that bracket, otherwise we'll not be able to get to the cables itself. Yep. So these are some clips. So I think it's pretty much straightforward. I'm just thinking about whether maybe just remove that one. No, actually I'll need to... bollocks. Let me try to remove these ones first. Go, говорите, Кать.
Потом пошел вниз, ты отключила, да? Сначала я где-то вытаскивала его, там я вынимала. И я говорю, Сережа, кто это? Адвертайзинг. Сережа, вообще зачем нам домашний телефон? Давай мы их отключаем.
А невозможно, интернет нужен с домашним
Я имею в
телефоном.
виду сами аппараты.
Да, давай.
Потому что некуда мне больше сил.
Они, да, действительно не нужны.
Я заснула, у меня ребенок с 7 часов поел и заснул. Ну, боже, вот же счастье, и сама.
So hopefully we do not need to remove the whole bracket. Sorry, the whole rear seat panel. That will be a nightmare. And we just need to do this once. Should be straightforward to do. Is that one? And it's that one. Yeah, it's pretty much straightforward to do, which is really good. So we do that. We'll save the pins here, and we need to take off the exit motor. So it's tightened with the Allen key, the Allen bolts. And it is connected to the ECU. What you're going to do for better manipulation, you just unplug the main connector of the exit motor. Yeah. So you should have it something like that. So what we need to do, we need to disconnect those cables from that cover. So assume we're just taking those two bolts and that's it really. Now we need to place it back and reconnect the plug. Reconnect the plug and you're ready to go. So, just remove this protection cover, and should be pretty much straightforward to do that way. Just unplug it from here. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So before placing this back, what we're going to do, we're going to place the cover back. So it looks like that. Pretty straightforward. You remove the cables from here, in place. Yeah, hi David. You just remove the protection cover. There are two bolts with the normal screwdriver. Just bolted back. Don't do it too much, don't over tight this, no reason doing this. That's it. So let's remove the cables first. So they should be going quite straightforward. What you do, you just You just pull them out under the seat.
О боже, какая я была пухленькая. Это как было, когда я стала 72.
Just like that. That's it. And there you go. Over the mood. Gently. Ratios, yeah. So what you need to do, you need to plug it back to connect to the main ECU. Yeah, and then just place it back here where it used to be in place. Place it back. So before you put all the covers back, the rear seat, just turn on the ignition, make sure it's all good and there are no any display errors. Let's try to start it as well. So it's much more nicer. So it doesn't display any errors, no any issues on the dashboard. So we could place it all back together, yeah. So we can make sure that we've done all correct. We'll just remove the zip tie as well. Zip tie. And what we're going to do, we're going to place back the cover, plastic cover.
Такая, знаешь, поймать. Да,
Slowly. Nice and tight. And place back the passenger cover. Сейчас мне надо еще проехать, протестирую, да, и закончу. Конечно.
Мог, пожалуйста, его завести, вот выгнать и завести?
Нет, не мог. Теперь будете меня снова по утрам слышать. Простите. Прости, Влада.
А? В смысле, я не могу.
Чего?
Не, ничего, я отвернулась, я слушай, тебе не обиделся.
На меня?
Нет, мужики, это нет. Я думала, кому да, я заявление обычно красное, она вот такие глазки,
Bolt this back. Gently, no reason to tighten this.
дела, короче, у меня такие глаза, точки красные, знаешь, ну реально, если закрываешь, мне как видно, вообще просто. Я знаю, что это такое, расширено. Вот, ну ты там не будешь выжигать, да. Как ты без волос, я такая представила. Слушай, ну мне было дико больно. Я, главное, к ней пришла, мне нашли, было очень больно. К ней прихожу, она, ой, у меня закончился новокаин. Я сижу такая, без новокаина будем делать? Я говорю, ну давайте попробуем.
Ready to place the rear seat unit.
Миллион, они реально большие. У меня вот здесь. Вот
Hold it on.
у меня вот здесь, они, видишь? Да, у тебя есть. Они между ресницами. Вот на этих местах. У меня реально было. Я знаю. У меня, когда я закрывала шлепом, у меня были большие. Но они вот были там, где ресницы растут? Нет, у меня были ну не видно так, если ты не обратил,
So, the final part would be just to put the protection cover on the main header pipes.
Я такая, нет, будем, потому что они меня реально задрали. А знаешь, для чего на шее? Потому что если у тебя есть перелом, это значит, что у тебя вирус перелом во время беременности у меня все усугубилось намного. А так они появляются в микротрещинах на коже. Соответственно, у меня работала
Make sure it tightened quite a good way. Not too much, but at least you can feel it. Fits alright. Yeah, so what we do, let's clean our plate cover, guiding cover. Clean and ready to go.
Ты их как бы повреждаешь, это плохо. Поеду в Латвию, у меня вообще пипец, планы грандиозные. Клинику мне надо понести.
Make sure it fits in the correct path underneath the pharynx. Yeah. Slightly to come right. Just double check that it went into the path itself. So.
Или 11-го?
10-го. Православная церковь Чизики. Okay, I think it's pretty much alright. What I'm going to do is just going to tighten this up. Doesn't sound a bit right because there shouldn't be so much clearance, but it is. However, when it came into the fairing, let me double check. I've done it a bit wrong way. I'll just do it again. Remember, I had this the same. cool. Well, I think it's all correct. I'm not sure why. Никаких своих спален. Посмотрим. Yeah, so this is all correct, but there's a bit more clearance than it's supposed to be. Well, I assume this is absolutely all fine. And this is as it is. So we just tighten up that bit. Yeah. And that's it. Job done. Just let's place all the bits back and да, осталось потестировать все. Вот так. Голодный. Пока. So, complete everything. Just place your parts back. So, place your tools back. Make sure it's quite clear, nice. Make it a clear space. And ready to rock. This is all nice. Fit well.
Потому что блогер. Да, ты блогер.